When I first met him, he walked through the door with the biggest smile on his face, and they moved him over next to me and they were like, "Josh, this is your buddy." And just with the biggest smile on his face, he said, I only knew him for a couple of seconds, like, "I love you, buddy."
It started in Detroit, Michigan as a way to include teenagers in the community and give them an opportunity to show that they can make a difference and help out others in need. So teenagers started being paired with kids who have mostly learning disabilities and helping them, like free tutors and giving them, as a mentor and help them with self-esteem. And then it just kind of grew into Friends at Home for kids who have autism or special needs. And then as the clientele grew, they just started doing all these after-school programs and camps.
What they're doing makes such a huge difference in people's lives. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think that these kids don't take things for granted quite the way that they might if they hadn't been involved in this program. They see how hard their buddies work to do just the simplest things.
I do Sunday Circle, TC, Summer Winter Camp, Friends at Home. What else? I say TC, Summer Winter Camp. I said Friends at Home outings. Well, that's the same thing, Friends at Home.
Let's see, the teen volunteers have been amazing because they're wonderful role models, and also it's friendships that develop. It gives Spencer the chance to make friends and to do typical teen activities with other teens, and he learns from them and enjoys them, and it's wonderful.
Volunteering in the Friendship Circle in 2010, 5 years after we started, rather 6 years after we started, entails participating in a training in the beginning of the year, learning what it is that children with special needs, what the various diagnoses are, and how best to work with them under a limited knowledge.
Knowing that a child is waiting for you and you're paired up with this one child and they're expecting you, it gives the teens, the volunteers, a sense of, okay, I'm needed.
Many of the teens are focused on how can I get into the best colleges, how can I get in the best grades, and how can I accomplish and how can I get to where I want to go. And children with special needs stop these teens and make them think.
We know that the demands that get put on to teenagers are high, especially with a lot of these kids being juniors and seniors. They're getting ready for college.
You know, they need community service hours. It's kind of a teen-run organization. They know that there's 150 other teens who are involved, so that's kind of like, a natural fit, let's say, for another teen. They know that teens are volunteering.
Well, I definitely thought about what it would be like to look at the Friendship Circle on your college application, but that's no longer an issue. I'm not worried about that. All I'm worried about is having a good time with my buddy.
And then what happens is, because it's one-on-one and they're working with this one child, naturally it goes way beyond that, and they really bond with the child and see that they're making a difference.
They're realizing that they're shaping other people's lives through the program, and that realizing that their lives have become more meaningful, which lasts for many years and hopefully for the rest of their lives.
I mean, I don't know how you could not be changed by this experience. There are people with differing abilities all around us continuously throughout your life, and to get exposed to it at an early age and to interact and to be creative and to play games and to spend time with people and to listen and to do all the things that the volunteers do, you can't help but make you a better person. Not just in interacting with other people with disabilities in the future, but interacting with everybody and realizing that we all have different abilities.
I didn't think I was a patient person before the Friendship Circle, but now that I know Sammy and I know what he's like, he needs special patience because he can sometimes erupt on you and and go crazy, and his mom might have to calm him down. But I definitely have been a more patient person with the friendship circle, and should take that on and carry it for the rest of my life.
Most of the teens have said, when I'm having a hard day and I'll see a special needs child who's going through a lot more challenges than I am, and they're still smiling, it makes the teens realize that these small little things, whether I didn't get into the college I wanted to, or whatever it might be, that's a small thing in the greater picture.
So the first week I was slightly hesitant about being really myself with Joshua, but as the days went on, I realized that he's, aside from his ADHD, he's just another ordinary kid that I'm helping with, and I was completely open with him. I would talk to him about anything.
Well, I do remember when we were playing Wii baseball, he hit probably the biggest home run I've ever seen on the video game, and he went basically crazy, running around the room and screaming, and it was a fun moment because I was going crazy also because I never saw a home run hit that far, and it was massive.
It's more, it ends up being more than just a play date, but more of a real relationship and a real friend.
It means the world to these kids to have some time with other kids their age, but are doing things that are appropriate per their abilities, and that's pretty unique.
What's unique about Friendship Circle is that each teen works with one child, and it's about the relationship they make. So every single teen is vital in the program, and they know it, and they see progress as their relationship builds with their child, with their special needs buddy, and as their child who they work with starts trusting them more and opens up.
We often find that the volunteers that have graduated will come back during their winter break, during their summer break, and help, just show up one day at camp and say, oh, well, I'd love to help out, I'd love to volunteer. And they talk fondly about their time having volunteered and missing that opportunity to be able to give. And it's a beautiful thing to see that change in the volunteers.
Now, I did Friendship Circle the end of my senior year, which was kind of a bummer, but every now and then I do go visit some of the Friendship Circle activities.
When you're working with a kid who doesn't give up, and no matter with all their challenges and difficulties, do their best and try their best and focus on what they do have, I think it's completely life-changing.
But I just hear them laughing
Yeah.
like two friends. And it's a sincere friendship at this point. It's not this contrived thing. It's not a babysitter thing. It's a friendship.
Teens who do need that little boost, if they say, like, I don't know if I could really make a difference and what am I here for, but, even just that impact of where they see they could take a child who completely won't even look at them or talk and, transform them into a child who will run over to them and give them a huge hug and, will only talk to them and completely trust them. They see that transformation. I think that completely changes the way that they look at themselves and appreciate themselves more.
What we see is that the impact on the teen volunteers and the changes on their lives and their appreciation of everything that happens with them in their lives just changes dramatically, and they begin to appreciate everything in a very more deep way and special way.